Welcome, welcome. Good morning, everybody. Happy Friday. It's the last trading day of the week. And next week is going to be the monthly candle close, end of April. Where has the time gone, Tracker? It's gone so fast. It's almost
It
May.
does. Every day, every week, it's like a blur. You get to my
Yeah.
age and, like, the years go by like weeks.
It's terrible. It's
I
terrible.
know. You start to or you appreciate the time even more. It's so fleeting.
Yeah, it
My son
is.
is growing like a weed. He'll be taller than his mom next year, I think.
Oh, man. Growing so
Yeah.
fast.
Yeah. Alright, so Bitcoin is the that's been the focus of the week, and Matt and I were just talking about whether, we could see it, break out by Sunday or not. Um, I don't know. It's already made a higher high than earlier in the week, just like in the last hour or so. It's looking pretty strong. I'm always suspicious of another back test. Uh, One person's post on X I keep seeing, they're suspicious of like a super liquidity grab right at the end. I don't know about that, but stranger things have happened with Bitcoin. Um, but either way, any kind of back test will just be short lived at this point, I think. And we're on our way to 100,000 and then over 100,000. Right, the one to beat was 109,000 now. We'll beat that too.
Yeah, I think we're on the right path to going in the up direction. But let's get through this week first, and let's take a look at what's going on with the indices and Bitcoin in general. And
Right.
with SPY right here, we can see that this 548 still in the way. Right, it still is resistance. It's not above it. Pre-markets 546. So this is something that we got to pay attention to, right? Because if it still closes the week below it, then we are not breaking any resistance, right? The last time it was really above that was 4 weeks ago, 5 weeks ago, back in March 24th, right? And every single weekly candle has closed below this important fib. So there is really no high time frame trend reversal if this closes today below it. So we do have to understand that. And if that does close below it, then we do have potential to actually go back and retest lower levels next week, maybe early next week. So let's see if things can actually break this resistance today and break this downtrend right here, or this reversive trend, and get back on top of support. That's what I'll be watching. 548.25. And QQQ, it's actually looking a little bit better than the SPY, because this fib is being broken as we speak. And even pre-market, it's above 465.03. So that could be a reversal of trend right here. So if the QQQ can do it, then maybe the SPY can also do it. So I'll be watching both of those very, very carefully. And yeah, the last time it was above that 465 for a weekly candle close was back on the 24th of March as well. So this is something to really watch for the reversal of all of this and get back on top of support. And the IWM, we can see that also price is getting back above this 189, but it's still below the weekly cloud, below the conversion line. It's below a lot of things still. So could it come back down to the 189.33? Yeah, it could, right? There's really was just a break under the cloud for the IWM. So it's going to take a little bit more power to get above some of these resistance levels. And what I'm watching for next week really is all of these averages up here: the 200, the 100, the 50% fib, 198. So just around like the $200 price level is what I'll be watching for, kind of like a reversal of this downtrend the most. But it still looks like it has bottomed down here. I think the best look at IWM is this monthly chart, to be honest, and it's just right on top of that monthly cloud. Just a big long wick through all of that support, almost touched the bottom of the cloud. And I think the reason why this kind of happened is because really on October of 2023, it never really touched that 100, so it left like a little space. So it just came back down to get all that liquidity down there. So I think that most likely is like the bottom of the chart, because it didn't touch it there, but it did finally touch it here. So we are looking at something that has the potential to start to go higher and stay above this monthly cloud. And that's really right around 192, 193. And
Yeah.
with Bitcoin,
It was really incredible how, we basically got 100% extension on most everything, and then it clawed it all back to just barely a higher low, after like a year.
yeah,
That was wild.
that's the volatility for you. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
But don't let me stop you.
And
Keep going.
yeah, and I'll just want to jump into Bitcoin for a couple of seconds here. And the main thing is this 1.414 fib, right? The 91,158. I do want to see that reversal of trend here. But more importantly, I have my Bollinger Band up here, and I can just take everything off and show you that it lost this 20-week moving average basically back in February, right? It lost it here back in late February, early March, and it was not able to even touch it once until now. And actually, it's not even touching it; it's breaking back above. So this is actually the most positive development we can see is breaking back above that in conjunction with this 91,158. So basically, this is a bullish engulfing candle cutting through my 45-degree angle, cutting through the 1.414 fib extension and the 20-week in 1 week. I would say this is a good reversal of trend. And it doesn't mean that it can't come back down to the low 90s again, or even like the high 80s, right? Because next week or next month, it could do that. But this is a reversal of trend, and it looks like it does want to stabilize on a higher level now and continue higher. So this is a more bullish development than we have seen for Bitcoin in a long time. And after perfectly hitting the bottom of the Bollinger Band, it bounced, and it's kind of like textbook. We saw that before, right? It bounced off the Bollinger Band last time down here, and it just launched. So I think this could be the beginning of something great. Whether or not it does need to do a back test next week or the weeks after, still undecided, but it doesn't matter to me either way because now it's finally back above very important numbers, and I want to see that trend continue.
Yeah, I'm gonna try very hard not to let the FOMO get to me. I'm gonna wait for a back test. I'm gonna wait for a back test. Maybe I'll just put a little money over it on the weekend to make me feel better if I'm wrong. But I think by and large, I'm gonna keep most of my capital and wait for that back test. Oh, like Matt says, it's really hard to go in and out. It's much easier to just, you buy it when no one wants it and then just hold on to it after that.
Yeah.
I try to do the same thing, but like, it with like daily candles and hourly candles sometimes. Anyway, it's a matter of your own personal style and risk aversion or uh, the opposite of risk aversion. All right, yeah. So let's get through. We got a lot of requests. We'll try to do them all today if we can.
And Tumbleweed said we didn't say good morning to everybody, but I said good morning the
No,
very first thing.
he was saying he was worried that he didn't say good morning first.
Oh, okay.
That's what I love
Fair
about
enough.
all of you guys. You're so humble. You're so sweet. We really appreciate you guys. Um,
Yes, I love it. Love it.
all right, I'll just do Tesla real quick just to get it out of the way. I don't have great expectations for Tesla, um, other than I think Matt's going to get his wish, right? Because is this my regular Tesla chart? No, this is the wrong one. Let's do this. The where is it? Here we go. Yeah, max pain for Friday. Oh, it's 250 now. I just looked up this morning. Max pain. I think you're gonna get your wish. You'll get a close over 250, Matt, for this Friday. You'll probably close like 250 and like a penny or something like that. And where we are right now is sorry. I thought I had this all on my phone, but it didn't save it when I restarted my PC here. Yeah, here's 250 right there, and we're up here. So I just think it's going to drop back down to, and then where is 4 p.m.? It's like right here. No, 6, 5, 4. Yeah, so it'll probably just close like right about there. Maybe this moving average 35 will just be right under it when it closes. So anyway, I'm not looking for a breakout today. I'm actually looking for it to kind of back test. And with this triangle, it kind of feels like it wants to do one of these. If we do start with a lower week next week, looks like it kind of wants to fall over and then come back up again. So just look for that. Tesla might be a little slow to take off here. But it does look like we could be on track for 700 by the end of the year for Tesla. All right, and now let's do the requests.
Well, I have my Tesla
Um,
chart. I just wanted to show real quick.
oh yeah, yeah. Sorry, no, please do your Tesla. How rude of me.
Yeah. All right, so I'm gonna just show my monthly chart of Tesla for right now because I want to just show you how monthly candles are behaving off of this angle. And people always freak out on a week to week or a day to day basis. They know it's breaking the symmetry, it's breaking. But these monthly candles really tell the picture the most, right? Ever since January 2023, it really hasn't closed any monthly candle underneath it, even though it has closed weekly candles underneath it. We can see that right here, right? But right now, we go back to that monthly chart here, and it's a beautiful monthly candle, and the candle is actually green for the month throughout all this volatility. It's up 35 cents for the month. It's pretty amazing, yeah, before pre-market action. But the biggest thing I wanted to show you in this is the monthly candle close is next week. It's in 5 days, 6 days, right? And we can just put on the monthly Bollinger Band and look what it did, right? It back tested the monthly 20, and that's at 249. That's also around the 200 week moving average and the 100 week moving average, and it's around that arc too. It's all around the same price, and it looks like it's going to close the month above that too. So this is just another 2 months through that zone. Perfect back test while everybody's panicking. The story remains intact. And that story really is that price looks like it really wants to continue its journey higher. Also, when you can put on the monthly Ichimoku cloud here, it just back tested 2 months in a row of the top of the cloud, almost even got to the bottom of the cloud too. So there's lots of confluence of support on the higher time frames. While everybody was panicking the last couple of months, it was just doing nothing except retesting support for 8 weeks in a row, basically. Right. So got everybody panicky, but in reality, it was just retesting all that support. So things are looking fine for Tesla. Stay above 250. Yeah, it'll be good, right? That 249 zone, 250, it'll be fine. So I think a good May to come, probably a good summertime to come for Tesla, really. But just maintain this angle is really what I care about the most, and just maintain this market symmetry, and the rest will speak for itself.
All right,
All
thanks,
right.
Matt. Let's see. I'm trying to do a small version of Rocket Lab here. Let me show you the big version of Rocket Lab, which is this one right here from. Ooh, actually, that's too big. But I'm looking for it to at least go to 2533 next, with a back test of 2096. 96. Oh, numeric keypad. So at least 2533 back to 2096. If it goes over 2533, then we'll take it from there. But just at the minimum, this move next, and then I'm just trying to build this other one inside of this. But I'm not going to waste time with that. Just look for 2533 as your next resistance. That's all I've got for Rocket Lab right now, because I want to see if it goes higher than that or just stops there and pushes back. And of course, it won't go straight there from where 2179. It could coast up to 2265, but then fall back again to 2096 one more time. And you can see that's where the big sell block is up there. The market's already planning on selling around 2540. EUSE. Let's look at my weekly chart. Don't worry about that. Let's just get that out of the way. All right, it did bottom at this. So that was this is a weekly chart. Let me go back to an 8-hour chart. From this top of 664 to the higher low of $3.07. To get to the 382 would be $5.37. So it looks like it's getting very close to that now. Let's get these out of the way for you. So Let's see if we can get over $5.37 or not. If it doesn't, it's going to back test to 23. Oh, I'm sorry, the 23.6 at $4.49. If it goes to the 618, it'll still want to come down to here. If it goes to the 764 at 768, then the 382 becomes support. But until then, the 236 is still going to be support after either $5.37, the 50% fib at about 608, or the 618 fib at $6.80. So let's just see what happens at $5.37 first. That might be where you want to sell, like, I don't know, a little bit to, realize any gains you got from here and see if you can reinvest it back here at 449 or not. That's EUSE. I'm just going through Ben James's here real quick. INVZ. I don't know if I've ever done that one before. I'll have to
I
come
got
back
a
and
NA.
do INVZ. Go ahead.
I have an NAK one if you wanted to work on that.
Yeah, I'll work on that. You do NAK.
Yeah, so NAK, I actually just pulled a fib, and a lot of people are talking about this. I see on X, and I just pulled a fib from the 2011 high to the low down here, and it's telling a story itself, right? I don't think anything else really matters at this point. 120, that is your resistance, and it got rejected last month. These are monthly candles too, by the way, and it could not even touch it this month. This whole month, it got close to that 120, but it could not even touch it. So this is kind of showing maybe its resistance. It did have a long wick this month down to the 80s again. So maybe it does not need to go a little bit lower. Perhaps in the months to come, it can break this 120. So I think that's just the most important thing to watch with this chart. You can put on other indicators too, just to see that Ichimoku cloud is also on top of that 120 right here. The top of the cloud is around 135. So we can see it try to press up against that, but we have not seen it above the Ichimoku cloud really in a long time. Like even in July of 2020, it really tried to get above it, but it couldn't, right? Even back here, it couldn't get above it. And the last time it was really above it, the cloud, was in 2011. So over a decade ago, it was really, really, really struggling. So it might take some effort for NAK to get more bullish here, because we had a back test of the conversion line perfectly and a really big rejection up here with probably it's going to have a difficult time getting above that 135. But if it does ever get back above it, then I think it'll be game on to go higher. But right now, it's a little bit cautious, right? I think the time to really like this one was kind of a little bit lower when it kind of broke into the Ichimoku cloud and maintain this fib down here, right? But usually people don't like that. They like to chase. They see this big 100% candle, like, oh, I want in, right? But that's really not the right time to get in. The right time to get in is always lower support. So I just say it's in a wide range right now, really between the 80-cent zone and the 135 up here. So I would just be cautious in this zone until it really can prove to break out. Just a big explosive move, and I'm not convinced it wants to break out just yet.
All right, I do have that INVZ chart now, and this one is sort of the opposite of what Matt just had, because it is below here again. So the risk reward is really good. Just put your stop under 45 cents. It's a penny stock, so it's not going to be, super great. Let's see what kind of volume. 10 million shares traded this week so far. So yeah, it's got some good liquidity for it, I suppose. Yeah, put your stop under 45 cents, but from here, it should at least try to recover the 23.6% fib as support to do the 382,236. Right now, everyone's ready to sell at the 11.4% at $1.10. That might be a first place to take profit. But so what? Even if it just retests this 11.4% fib at $1.10, that's 121% higher. And then to the 236 is 262% higher. Oh, actually, that is not where we are now. I'm sorry. Where prices right now, it's a mere 37% higher to 11.4, 122% higher to the 236, and then if it can get to the 382, it's a 227%. So I don't know. That might be a good for a quick ticker upper, at least 37% higher to the first sell wall here at $1.10. Something to think about, I suppose. That's all I got about that.
All right, I got Pan
There's
W
W.
next.
Yeah, I thought you did a Pan W. You go right ahead.
All right. All right, Palo Alto Networks. I have the monthly chart, monthly candles pulled up here, and I have this arrow at that 2.272. The reason is because it can never close a monthly candle above it. So there we go, right? The weekly chart, when you look at that, it did have a couple weekly candles close above that level, but the monthly candles really show a better view of it, how it was a massive resistance. And now we got price come back down to or we had it earlier this month, go back to the baseline and this 1.618 fib. So now we have a support held down there, and it is working on this little conversion line right up here too. You can see that conversion line says 175.20 right there, and pre-market price is at 175.16. So still, there's 5 days left in this month. Let's see if it can reclaim that monthly conversion line as a support to possibly get back towards this 196. But all of these wicks through here just makes me look like it's kind of like distribution a little bit. So I think what might happen if it can't really reclaim that conversion line is maybe just trickle down in the months to come and retest like the 140s again. That's what I kind of think, but we'll see. We'll see if it can reclaim it or not. It's still got some time to get back above it. It's really, really close pre-market, so I am watching that the most for Palo Alto. But either way, I don't really see a catalyst for it exploding past this 196 anytime soon. So I think it's just range bound in the meantime until it really finds a direction.
All right, very nice. I've got a hood here, and yesterday was a very happy day for people holding hood. You can see from the last time about this, price was down here at 41.97, and now you're up 15%. And the first resistance I'm looking for is 51.75. Interesting. I don't see. Let me go to an 8-hour chart. Like I don't see any. Oh, here's the sell order block all the way up here, the 618. That's really fortuitous. The next resistance will be 51.75. If it can just run the 618, believe it or not, the 236 is still the support after that. So do be cautious. But just watch these levels. 51.75. It gets above that. Like if it gets more than halfway to 58.84, then it's probably going to go to 58.84. And if it gets more than halfway above that to the 618, it's probably going to go to the 618. And same thing for the 764. Once again, if it gets the 764, then I'll move the support up to the 382. Otherwise, anything 618 or below, I would expect the support to still be the 236 down here. So at minimum, 51.75 next, and then if it doesn't get above that, 42.97 again for a chance to get back in. And then after that, whatever support for the wave two, then you get the best part, the heart of the third wave, which is from, if that's your support, 140% higher. And even if it goes to the 1382, then it goes to the it goes to the 32, the 132, it's probably still about the same, 115% higher. There you go. Hood looks really good.
Hood is good. Yeah, Cat says I
Yeah.
sound depressed or something. What's going on, Cat? And he wants you to slap. He wants you to slap me. Sounds like you need to
Oh, I
be
haven't scrolled up
motorboating.
oh, that's so funny.
I think so. Why you got some of those juicy juicies for me to motorboat there, Catty?
Oh my gosh. All right, let's see.
Anyways, I got what else are we doing here? I lost track. I think
The
Palantir. You got a
Palantir.
yeah, you can do a Palantir.
Oh,
There's really not much
okay.
that has changed for me, but I'm just watching 104 for Palantir. That's it, really.
Yeah. Same thing. Looks like I was trying to do like a subwave setup. This really looks like, let me just get rid of this. So get rid of this one. This is a larger degree 1, 2, but same thing. Maybe it does like a 764, 382 here. This is hard. The sell order block, we're in it right now. So if it can't get above 112.44, look for it to come back to maybe the 50% level. At worst, we come back to, I can't see that. At worst, they come back to 87.92. and then want to go to 152 after that. And then that would be support. So the problem here is that this chart already started off with this wave one, but then collapsed. So the question is it now going to do the regular wave one or just bypass all the did and just shoot straight up to the wave three? So yeah, look for 112.44 is your next resistance. If it gets above that and can get to more than half of 120, more than half the way to the 100% fib, then 127.59 is like the next target. Elsewise, let me put the 50% on here. Elsewise, look for support to be 95.50. If that fails, then 87.92 and nothing lower than that. And then eventually this should go to 152.11. Next. That's my Palantir analysis. You
All
want to
right.
do
I got a.
yeah,
Oh,
go
yeah,
ahead.
you can do AMD too.
Okay.
There's really no change for AMD for me. Just I'm watching the 90, 94, 95 zone, really.
Yeah. AMD hasn't changed for me either. We're in the middle of a sell order block, probably around the 11.4% fib again. 0.14. Yep, right here. So we're just we hit the 11.4 fib yesterday at 95.69. It should get through this, and then 116.76 should be next resistance, but it should push through that and go to at least 141.98. Same thing I think I told you last couple times. There you go. Look for this and that. And then eventually it just, if it does exactly this 1-2, then the heart of the third wave takes it all up to 289. That'll be a beautiful, beautiful thing. That's probably towards the end of the year if it gets all this done this year.
Yeah. Very nice. I got Wolf right
Okay.
here. Woofy,
Which wolf? With a
woofy.
U or an O?
With a W and a U.
All right.
Yeah, so Wolf actually looks really nice now, finally. And I think it was just going straight down for market symmetry to hit this arc because on August 5th, it kind of went through that arc and it was a back test of it. So, boom, hit it, bounced perfectly back above the 45-degree angle, back above this 382 fib, 288. That's what I'll be watching the most. Stay above 288. If so, it can gravitate back to really $4. So I think a lot of the miners are looking really juicy, right? Like they really want to explode even higher and higher, while most people will probably just get out too soon because they hate them. They got post-traumatic stress disorder, right? And
Oh,
they will
yeah.
probably just some PTSD there. But I think we've seen this so many times with miners, like so many months of down, then explosion up, right? So I think we're at a point where things are about to reverse massively to the upside, but we will probably get some weeks of like trying to shake people out, maybe back testing support, and then like make people lose confidence of it. But I think this has started the trend reversal, right? Once you see the beginning of the trend reversal, it doesn't matter if it goes back and back tests lower levels because things will just continue higher in the longer term. So I think Wolf looks good. I do expect it to return back to the $4-5 range in the future and higher too.
All right. Thank you, Matt. My LUMIN
Mm.
chart, I had to redo it here because it was really got messed up by the correction here, like a lot of small caps. Looks like from this one to it wants to do again at least a 382, 236, 618. This is gonna be my song and dance. I'm sorry, no, it should be 1, 2, 3, 6. This will be my song and dance until some of them start breaking higher than that 38.2% fib. Um, let's see, something like. All right, so look for it's gonna fight with the 11.4% fib boss for a little bit here at $4.10. But once it gets over $4.10, it'll probably run really fast to 526. And then if we get above 526, or when it gets above 526, it should hit 666 at 38, the 382, back to 526. And then the heart of the third wave takes it up to 1481. So our risk reward, just put your stop under 301. To get to the 11.4 is about 22% higher. To the 236 is 56% higher, and to the 382 is 100% higher. So that's a pretty promising move right there, actually. So yeah, I like Lumen looks good. I don't know how long it'll take to get there, but like it's been a long time doing this. It could do the same thing here, but overall, yeah, it's in a good place to add it to your portfolio, I'd say, with a stop under 301.
All right, I got some Soul strategies and Solana here, so I'll do a couple.
Nice.
So Soul strategies, yeah, there's really no change. It held the support of the 1.272. It's trying to break above this 1.414, 140, 148, and it is approaching the resistance of the arc and the angle above. So I would just say it's range bound right now, in between the 190s and the 140s right here. So we'll just see if it finds direction, if it finds support here, which it could, right? It really hasn't closed a week back above this 1.414 since it kind of broke down back in March. So closing back above today would be a good start of actually trying to go higher. So watch 148 for that continuation to the 180s, 190s above. And for Solana, let's go to my crypto down here. Where's my Solana? There it is. Yeah, my Sol right here, it's right back at the blue level. Got rejected just now, right? Just overnight. Went up to the 155, 156, got rejected, and now we are at resistance. So the beautiful thing, though, that happened here is it went back down to retest the ARC, right? The ARC has been really solid support for a long time, and it even reclaimed the 123. So it is range bound, but it's looking for a break of resistance. I think a lot of things right now, including Bitcoin, are at a resistance level that we need to just see break through to get more bullish. But the charts, they did recover lots of major support zones. So I think regardless of any kind of retracement, they will push through these resistance levels in the weeks to come. So things do look more exciting. But always when things are at resistance, especially GAN level resistance, I do like to be a little bit cautious there.
All right, I've got my MicroStrategy up here to show off. It does look like it wants to break out. You can see how it argued. We're at the 23.6% fib extension. Again, that is a percentage of this whole move from the low of 102.40 to the high of 548.20 is 100% of the move. And then you stack that move on top of where the wave 2 bottom is. And so it's already gone through 11.4% of that move, and now we're at the 23.6%, and it should really want to do at least the 382 next, and then back to the 236. And I'm just struggling with, is it going to come back down a little before it breaks out, or is it going to break out? I can't tell. I was looking back here. Anyway, the board is kind of even right now. If it drops back a little bit, it will come back and then get over 351. So it's just a matter of how long you're willing to be underwater. If it doesn't break out immediately, but then you should be able to see a. Let me put that back where I had it. At least 22% gain from the 236 to the 382. Actually, from where it is right now, it's about 19%. But yeah, that's what I'm looking for, at least higher. And it could do this or that, just like we talked about before. But let's just watch them 1 fib at a time. 429.30 is my next target for MicroStrategy for resistance.
Okay.
Oh, go ahead. You can do yours.
Yeah, I was just gonna do one more, anyways, before I run away, and
Okay.
mine's
Oh,
gonna
yes,
be
904. Dang it.
mine's gonna be BitDeer. BTDR is the last one. So with BitDeer, I see. Curious if it has the potential to get back to the highs, which was the 1.618. Well, it was actually at the 1.272. Were the highs for BitDeer. But right now, it's actually doing some good things, and it's getting back above the 786 and This is the 786 fib from the previous high set back in 2023 and the low down here down in October 2023. So this is actually something that's a good development that I was waiting for the whole time because I needed this support to hold down here, the 618, and it did hold. It did close a few weeks underneath it, but we got that big bounce. And if we get that close above the 1031 today, then I think this has the potential to continue higher. And we can even put on the Ichimoku to see other stuff ahead of it too. And it is even trying to break above that conversion line too for the first time in a while. This blue conversion line's at 1035. So it could close above multiple levels, back above the cloud too. It hasn't been above that conversion line since way back here, back in 2000 or January 2025. So many, many months. And now it has this potential to be a trend reversal for an explosion even higher. So yeah, I do think it can get back to the highs before. I think a nice weekly close today can lead to the 12s, could lead to the 14s, or even the baseline in the 16s. But it might take a lot more time to get back to this 1.272. But good start, good developments, and it's breaking back above support levels. That's the main thing. So 1031, just watch that number for today.
All right. I'm sorry that the time goes by so fast. I've got the Tiger here, and I just want to show you again where it's a really bullish chart overall. It spent so much time down here building a base. It chopped 1498 and then had support 535 all the way back in, oh, that was 2024. Even with all the crazy events that the markets have seen, it never made a lower low. It only made a higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. Then it clawed back some of that move back under the 11.4% fib extension of this move here. So it's basically already done the 382, got knocked back to 11.4. I would say it's going to go to the 123.6 next at 1975. In other words, it's ready for its heart of the third wave now. So I'd say buying it now is not a bad idea at all. Even though it's going to get 5 waves from here, this is just approximation. This isn't the actual wave setup, but it'll look like something like this. So, where it is right now is a great place to add because even with its wave 2 pullback, its subwave 2 pullback, it'll never go this low again. So yeah, I think I'm gonna have to get back in Tiger myself. All right, there you go. Oh, and then percentage wise, that where it is now to, well, the heart of the third wave will give you 174%. Just to retest that last previous high is 38% higher from where we are now. There you go. Sorry we didn't get to all of your questions today, but just keep asking. We'll get to them on Monday when we come back.
Yeah. And I see somebody's asking about my top five cryptos, top 5 miners. I mean, miners are probably there. You can just see them all run, really, right? And as far as cryptos, I don't really have a top 5 list right now, but I don't really focus on the small caps. I focus more on the large caps because that's where the money usually flows into, and the small caps are just more of a gamble. So I like to just focus on that stuff. But yeah, as far as a list, I don't really have that right now, but a lot of things are going to be doing very, very well. So I think you can just throw a dart at a board and you'll pick a good one.
Here, I'm just typing right now my favorites. Get bigger so you can see Connell, MSTX, VITX, XXRP is a 2x. All these are 2x ETFs of Coin, MicroStrategy, Bitcoin, and XRP. So these are where I'm focusing as I'm waiting for this breakout to over $100,000 again with Bitcoin.
Very good. So with that
All
said,
right.
I guess we'll see you all Monday. Have a good weekend, everybody.
Yep. Have a great weekend, everybody. Good luck out there today, and we'll have a great weekend.
Yeah, we'll see you then. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Matt. You have a great weekend too.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.